my name is Dan Hammer, and we've been talking about how to make significant improvements in your athletic performance. It all centers around learning how to properly repair and nourish your endothelial cells to improve their production of nitric oxide, the master signaling molecule of your cardiovascular system. In today's video, we're going to focus on nitric oxide and how it's important to your training, performance, and recovery. As we learned from the last video, your endothelial cells will use the amino acids L-arginine and L-citrulline to create nitric oxide. It is the master signaling molecule of your entire cardiovascular system, and you could not live without nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is so critical to your cardiovascular health that the 1998 Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded to 3 American researchers who discovered how your endothelial cells produce this gas. Who would have ever thought that an environmental pollutant and an extremely reactive and potentially dangerous free radical could also be the most important signaling molecule in your body? Since its discovery, much has been learned about the role nitric oxide plays in your overall health and wellness. Here's just a brief summary. Nitric oxide regulates the muscle tone of blood vessels to have a major impact on controlling blood pressure and overall circulation. Nitric oxide stops blood platelet cells from grouping together to form a clot. This helps prevent heart attacks and strokes. Nitric oxide helps the immune system fight viral, bacterial, and parasitic infections as well as tumors. Nitric oxide causes penile erections by dilating blood vessels to help prevent ED or erectile dysfunction. Nitric oxide helps to transmit nerve messages between nerve cells. Nitric oxide seems to be associated with the process of learning, memory, and cognitive function. And nitric oxide promotes vascular reparative mechanisms when injury occurs, and it is one of the keys to reversing atherosclerosis or hardening of the arteries. According to Dr. Jonathan S. Stamler, professor of medicine at Duke University Medical Center, it does everything everywhere. You cannot name a major cellular response or physiological effect in which nitric oxide is not implicated today. It's involved in complex behavioral changes in the brain, airway relaxation, beating of the heart, dilation of blood vessels, regulation of intestinal movements, function of blood cells, the immune system, even how your fingers and arms move. From airway restriction, for improved lung function, to dilation of blood vessels, for improved delivery of oxygen and nutrients to the muscles, tissues, and organs, nitric oxide plays a critical role in improved athletic performance. Here is a general overview of how this affects training, performance, and recovery. There are many different training programs designed to help you build strength, stamina, speed, endurance, and power specific to the competitive cycling you are doing. Foundational to every training program is your ability to fuel your muscle tissues with oxygen and nutrients to sustain your efforts. The limiting factors are energy production and lactic acid. As I shared with you in a previous video, anaerobic respiration produces only 2 units of energy for every 1 unit of glucose, plus lactic acid is created to limit muscular contraction. Aerobic respiration produces 36 units of energy for every 1 unit of glucose, plus water and carbon dioxide. Water to help hydrate you, and carbon dioxide to help the lungs actually bind more oxygen to the hemoglobin to help deliver more oxygen to your working tissues. Nitric oxide improves blood flow to help deliver more oxygen and nutrients to the working muscles. This will allow you to work at a higher aerobic capacity for a longer period of time. Thus, you can work at a higher intensity with less lactic acid formation for quicker recovery, so that subsequent training sets can be performed at a higher intensity with less lactic acid buildup. This improves your anaerobic threshold, which is the limiting factor for most people in their training program. Athletic performance is a product of your training and the ability to properly fuel your body to meet the demands of your competitive cycling event. Just as in training, properly nourishing your endothelial cells to improve their ability to properly produce nitric oxide can make a significant difference in your athletic performance. By optimizing the health of your endothelial cells, you will help improve circulation. Improved circulation improves the delivery of needed oxygen and nutrients while carrying away the waste products that can limit performance. Again, you have significantly improved your anaerobic threshold, which is usually the limiting factor for most people in competitive cycling and affects everyone's performance. There is also a positive effect on recovery. Recovery is a combination of waste product removal and reloading the muscle tissue with the nutrients they need for repair and energy production. This is a function of improved circulation. With improved circulation, it's easier to remove limiting waste products to speed recovery. Improved circulation also delivers needed nutrients to reload the muscle tissue and facilitate any tissue repair. All of this means quicker recovery from both your training and performance activities. Improved blood flow results in improved performance of the working muscles, faster recovery, and better muscular development to maximize your training, performance, and recovery. And it all revolves around the health of your endothelial cells and their ability to properly produce nitric oxide. So the question becomes, is there a product that can facilitate the repair and support of the endothelial cells to enhance their ability to properly produce nitric oxide, and does it have real clinical data to support this? The answer is yes, and I'll share information about this clinically proven product in our next video.